Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. All right, let's check it out what we got for you right now. If you like those European Fords from the 60s, well, you're looking at the right video. Let me explain to you a little bit more about this model specifically. What we got in front of us right now, it's a 1/43 scale, 1968 Ford P7b 17M Coupe. To start off, I'm going to say I really, really do not like the name of the model. I find them to be confusing. I'm not sure that was the whole way it was called. I read that in the internet, it was clearly called more like the Ford 17M or Ford 20M, but I think it's such a lazy way to represent a model with just the name, a number, and a letter. I find them, it's like the new Kias, Kia K5, Kia K9, or I don't know. I just find them laziness. When you cannot make a name up, so many names out there that it will make the car look a lot more attractive than it literally sounds like a code model. And I don't really like that. But that's just my opinion, guys. I'm sharing what I see. I'm not very familiar about this model. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I bought it, I thought it was a Ford Taunus because I'm not familiar with this model at all. This is probably one of the least models from Ford that I know. The P7b. Not sure, but from what I read in the internet, this model was made between 1967 and 1971. It's actually a P7, but they said they marketed it as a Ford 17M, Ford 20M, and Ford 26M. This specifically I'm seeing as the 17M from the name and the base. These cars were assembled in Germany, also in Belgium, and also in South Korea. I'm sure in the South Korean market was probably with their local name brand, local model. Not sure if Ford was directly sold as a this model in South Korea. Maybe they were. I'm not fully sure. Um, Engine wise, on these models, they had a 1.5, 1.7, 1.8, 2.0, which the 1.8, the 2.0, the 2.3, and the 2.5 were V6. And all these had manual transmission, and they also had automatic transmission only on the 26M. And I gotta say, I like the model. I'm not crazy about the model. I think I like a lot more the Ford Taunus from back in those days. But still, not a bad looking car. This actually were a bigger model. Bigger, they were considered the executive car for Ford back in those days. Excuse my ignorance with this brand. With this, not the brand. Come on, Ford. Everyone knows Ford. I'm talking about the model. But this model was definitely not sold in North America. Remember, Ford, it's one of those brands that is very distinguished back in the day specifically. Back in the days, 60s and 70s. They had their own type of models in the European market and their own type of models for the North American market, which is a very different taste in type of cars they like. Remember, the American market, they like the bigger, plushier, probably a lot more fancy, I could say, type of car. In the European market, they were a lot smaller, compact. Remember, I always say that in a few videos before. The European roads were a lot of them are very narrow, not to, you know, they don't have the space that they have in North America, so they have to have, and plus the gasoline is a lot, or the petrol, how they call it in some countries, it's a lot more expensive in Europe than in North America. But going back to this car right here, I like it. I seen pictures of it. It's By the way, this is a resin model. It's not die-cast. It's a resin made by Neo. Before I forget. And when they come to resin models, they're very detailed. And this is no exception. I've seen pictures of this car and it looks exactly how they looked in real life. Even those bumper, those vertical add-ons, they had it to for extra protection, and the antenna and all those little details that the car had in real life. Great, great quality of a resin model. Neo, never, we can never really say nothing bad about them. But the car is gorgeous, really good looking. I mean, the resin that we're looking at right now. All right, guys, I'm gonna let it go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So tell me, does this car bring you memories from your childhood? Maybe when you were growing up and you were going to school and your parents bought you that first car and you didn't want a four door, you wanted a coupe. So I said, you know what? This is the one for me. But this is the executive car. So maybe you wanted it, but it was not in your price range. So you always desire one. Look at me, I'm making all these stories up. Well, let me know in the comments below. Does it remind you of your childhood? Do you still have one? Have you ever drove one of these? Do you get to see them on the road? Or you're just like me. We see them only in a 143 scale and we're not familiar with it like that no more. I was never really familiar with this model. So let me know in the comments below. Also, please don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up. I always appreciate when you're showing that you're interested in these videos. And don't forget to click and subscribe. Alright, everyone. Take care of yourselves more than ever. And goodbye.